Hello everybody, welcome back to the workshop. So in this video, I'm going to be working on turning this little tent stake, is what it is. It's actually a commercial grade tent stake, something that you would see like in the circuses and stuff. And I'm going to actually turn this into a bit of a rock bar or a digging bar. Pretty simple process. We're going to wop off this end. I'm going to save this piece here about 4 inches or 100 mil or so. I'm going to save that little bit off of the end and then go ahead and hammer this out into this slight kind of dished rock bar. Now it's very similar to something like a timber slick, the end of it is, except for the fact that we're going to have just a little bit of a curve to it, and we're going to get started on that. So let's go ahead and get this heated up in the fire. I'm running coke right now. I'm running actual coke in the forge, mainly because I have not got a draft system or a hood system set up yet, and coke burns a lot cleaner. Now I've got about 35 feet up in my shop that I've got to go up. Well, it's about 32 feet to the peak, and so I've got about 40 foot of venting pipe I've got to run in order to vent this forge properly. But hey, got to get back to work, right? You got to get back to work at some time. So the coke burns very clean, and the shop is very airy, and it's got a lot of free air space. So I'm not at a danger of suffocating myself here. But if you're doing this, make sure to vent your forges properly or do it outside. With as big of an open air workshop as this new shop is, it might as well be outside. So, which is a good thing for me. Set that up there. I'm going to grab a little stand off here, little station. Also, let me know in the comment sections if you guys like this this little angle here. I know we're a bit further out, and this here is just going to be requiring us to cut off. I've got more space now, so I can get a little further out so you can see a full body and see the anvil. So let me know in the comment section if you like this type of camera angle. I do plan on doing detailed shots when I do more ornamental stuff, but as this is just a digging bar, I figured this is good enough. So now that this piece is good and hot, we're going to go ahead and bring it out here. We're going to reduce the airflow to the fire pot. We're going to bring it out, and like I said, we're going to cut off about the 100 mil mark or 4 inch mark. This bar, the starting stock size is 1 1/4 inch material. So give yourself plenty of time. Cut this off. I believe this is a very similar steel. I have not had it checked, but the steel itself is very close and similar to like a 1030. Now that was just with some brief research. You might pull up different search results, and that's okay. We don't know what this steel is exactly, but we're going to cut at it. We're going to take our time. It's definitely fighting the hammer blows. We made our first pass. No shame in a second heat. Put that back in. Again, we're only cutting about 4 inches off of this, or 100 mil. This is a 3-pound soft face hammer. I should mention that. I like using soft face hammers whenever I'm hitting a hot cut tool or punches or anything like that. I do not use my forging hammers to hit this work. If you have a miss, bam, you ruin the face of a hammer. So I've been asked many a times. I've done videos, I've done a tutorial on making soft face hammers before, but I'll leave that linked up in the description down below. But if you need to make this and you don't have the ability to punch a block of steel or do something this size. This is just a mild steel block. If you don't have that ability, go get yourself a nice cheap hammer from Harbor Freight and then just stick it in the fire, burn the handle out of it and everything. Just stick it in the fire, bring it up to a nice bright yellow temperature, and then let it slowly air cool. Clean it up, put it back on a hammer handle, and boom, poof, voila, you've got a soft-faced hammer. It can really help make the difference for you. Just got this piece up to heat again. You want to do the most amount of your work in these heats. You want to do it at the top of the heat range. Also, I could be going a little quicker right now if I wasn't trying to go to center. It'd be able to go just a little bit faster, but we're not going to worry about that. So we'll kick that thing out of the way. Got that good to go. Get it back in the fire. What I mean by that is you waste a little bit of heat on a round object, rolling it, trying to take little bites of material. You waste a lot of heat by time. So if you can hammer just all down through one side, so be it. It'll be a lot quicker. You'll establish a cut and it'll just keep going, and it'll sever off a lot quicker. But I wanted to go to center, so this way when we actually hammer out the flare on the end of this piece, we hammer it out, draw out the material, we have a nice even thickness and flare on there. All right, now that we're good and hot again, here we go. So this piece, as I said before, it's about 1.25 inches and it's similar to about 1030 steel. Oftentimes we don't think about this while this piece is heating up here, is our physical capability of moving hot material, okay? I'm using a 3-pound hammer, and this is what I consider to be my heavy hammer in the shop. So I don't swing 6-pounders, 8-pounders, and all that craziness. It's not needed. I usually hammer with a 1 3/4 pound hammer, but given this thing's resistance to that, and for time's sakes, I've switched up to a 3-pound hammer. This is about the heaviest I consider for it. Now, I have a power hammer just right off here off screen, but the problem with the power hammer is I do not have it set into a foundation or anything else like that, so that thing would just walk all over the place. So that's why we're doing it by hand. Now, you certainly can do this by hand, which brings me back to my point about your physical capability to move material. You will get winded, you will get out of breath. It's a lot of work, a lot of muscle strength goes into it. There's a lot of form and technique that helps prevent injury in the long run, but it's okay. You will get winded, you will get wore out, you will get tired. So don't think for a second that you have to be in here and you've got to just do this and drive this home. All you new guys out there that are just getting into this trade, that you've got to do this for like 10 and 12 hours straight. Give your body a break. You're going to head to injury. So if you feel that you're wore out on this process, set it to the side, do some lighter work, maybe come back later on in the day after you've had a bit of rest. Even bodybuilders don't work out 24/7 constantly for 12 hours straight. They just don't. So give yourself time to have intermission. So I've got about the taper that I'm looking for. Hopefully you guys can see that. I've got the nice taper that I'm looking for, but the end needs to be spread a lot thinner. So in the next heat, I'll do that. And in this next heat, really all I'm trying to do is spread that edge a little bit better. Get this good and hot. And we'll go at it again. Again, take those breaks, take that rest and relaxation in between heats. There is no shame in taking a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth heat. Remember, metal likes to be hot in order to be mobile. It does. For it to be malleable, it has to be hot. The longer it stays out of the forge, the harder it gets to work, and you're just working harder. So on big stock like this, get it hot, keep it hot, work it when it gets too cold. Work it down till it gets too cold, and then shove it back into the fire. That is, of course, if you want to take and be at this for a long time to come. If you don't, that's okay too. You'll wear yourself out in your first 3 to 5 years, and all your joints are going to hurt and things like that. So again, hopefully you'll take this advice for anybody who's just beginning. Take your time, rest, relax, water, hydrate, get back in there, get after it. There's 24 hours in a day, and it doesn't have to be done in this particular 4 hours. All right, cross peen of the hammer. Working from the center out. If I can keep it from bouncing. Then I'm going to flatten those bumps that I just made, all those little lumpy bumpties from the back side. That's going to provide me a nice smooth finish on both sides, and we've gotten the width we're looking for. So now it's just cleanup work. I'm going to clean up the very end of the piece and square it off by just bouncing it on the anvil. My anvil, fortunately enough, has an upset block to do that, so I'll just bounce it on the upset block. This is a long piece. You can hold it in hand and do back face hammer blows, but it's a lot easier to take and do that type of work on the anvil here, on the upset block. So we'll get rid of the 3-pound hammer. Now that I've got most of the movement of metal done, and I'm going to go back down to my regular, my favorite, my 1 3/4 pound hammer. All right, so here we go. That's got that upset nicely. Gonna give it a straighten. True up all my lines. nice and cleaned up. We are almost there. There we go. So now you guys can see how that's done. A little more straighten. We're looking pretty good. One more cleanup heat, and it ought to be finished. Clean this up a little bit more using a flatter. Perfect use case for that. So now we have very little grinding to actually do. Just a little bit of cleanup and put a little beveled edge on the front of this. We're just going to do a single bevel, and that'll be it. So anyways, that's all I got for you today. I'm going to grind this. You guys will see well, if you clicked on the video, the thumbnail was the finished photo here, but I'll put up a little finished photo at the end of this video as well. If you like this content and you'd like to support more of it, a great way of you doing that is just checking out our website over at blacksmithpdfs.com and consider purchasing a power hammer plan or a bundle or an ebook or something like that. That really does take and help Jessica and I make more videos and helps us continue to educate the blacksmithing community for years to come. So, without further ado, I'm going to let you all go. As always, if you got any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section. And God bless you. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.